The NFL has figured out Patrick Mahomes. No, really, they've figured him out. He was unstoppable before, and he's stoppable now, and that's all because defenses are playing too high coverages. Thank you for your time. Okay, so in part one of our series on how defenses are fighting back, we talked about the 2020 Rams defense under Brandon Staley and how Staley's defensive approach is spreading across the league. A big part of that approach is playing with two deep safeties on early downs, taking a body out of the box, inviting offenses to run the football, and discouraging the downfield pass. That defensive approach is awesome and effective, and now we're seeing more too high all across the league, and no quarterback is playing against more too high than Patrick Mahomes.
This is way harder than it looks.
As PFF charts it, Mahomes saw 114 more pre-snap looks of two deep safeties than any other quarterback in the league through the first 13 weeks of the season. So more teams are playing two high coverages against the Chiefs than ever before. But it's not the Staley stuff. Not in terms of scheme and not in terms of philosophy. It's something different entirely. Welcome to X's and Shows. I'm Ben Solak, and this is part 2 in our mini-series on how NFL defenses are fighting back. The topic today, ironically enough, waving the white flag. So let's refresh on Staley's defense, which we covered in part 1. Staley is playing with two deep safeties in order to play quarters coverage, a coverage that does not ask the two deep safeties to remain the only two deep defenders after the ball is snapped. Both safeties are responsible for reading the releases and intentions of the number 2 receiver, like slots and tight ends, while the outside corners read the releases and intentions of the number 1 receivers on the outside. When those receivers release vertically upfield, the defender responsible for them will take them in man coverage all over the field. But when those receivers break off into shallow routes, the defenders can play with eyes on the quarterback. Because the two deep safeties aren't responsible for deep zones like they might be in traditional cover 2 coverages, they're sitting in the middle of the field around 12 to 15 yards deep, the perfect area to take away the digs and crossers used by the ever-popular McVay-Shanahan offense. This also allows the safeties to play as part of the run fit, as they aren't immediately bailing to a deep half of the field at the snap, which helps Staley get away with playing light boxes. This is markedly different than a team like the Buffalo Bills, who also play a ton of two high looks pre-snap. Just as the Rams trusted safeties Jordan Fuller and John Johnson III last season, the Buffalo defense has a ton of trust in their safety duo of Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. But their skills are different. Hyde and Poyer are great deep safeties. Star corner Tre'Davious White is one of the best zone corners in the league, and linebackers Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano both excel in short zones. Milano because he has tremendous technique and recognition, Edmonds because he's extremely freaking big. Accordingly, the Bills play a lot of true cover 2 zone and are able to pass routes off between zones at a very high level. But fitting the run from cover 2 is tough given the box count deficiency. So on base downs, the Bills will rotate to single high looks and play a different zone coverage, cover 3. By rotating or spinning the safeties at the snap, the Bills do more than just get the extra body into the box to defend the run. They also change the picture for the quarterback. On an under-center play-action dropback, another staple of the Shanahan-McVay offense, the quarterback takes the snap with two safeties deep. As he turns his back to the defense, executes the play fake, and whips his head back around, the picture has changed. One of those safeties has dropped down into the short zones, while the other has become the deep middle defender. Where exactly that safety drops into the cover 3 structure can change, which forces even further post-snap processing from the quarterback. He has to hold on to the ball in the pocket and check his work, which slows the offense down and creates time for the pass rush to arrive. And that's really the crux of the issue, the pass rush. In both Staley's quarters defense and the Bills' cover 2, cover 3 rotations, 7 players are needed in the defensive backfield to get the job done. Usually that's 5 defensive backs and 2 linebackers. That leaves 4 down defensive linemen to rush the passer. This brings us back to Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs' offense under Mahomes was treated as an inevitability entering the season, a thundering force that, while occasionally slowed or redirected, had no real counter. There was no answer to the Mahomes problem besides the hope their entire offensive line is injured game plan that the Bucs deployed in the Super Bowl.
Tom, how often was that?
That's shifting this year. There is a clear blueprint used almost weekly by defenses approaching Mahomes. In 2021, no quarterback is seeing more pre-snap, two high looks than Mahomes and the Chiefs are. It's not even close. But also, no quarterback is being blitzed less than Mahomes. And again, it's not even close. In a Week 5 victory over the Chiefs, the Bills, who were 8th in league blitz rate in 2020, didn't blitz Mahomes on a single snap. The Titans held the Chiefs to 3 points and had 1 blitz on 39 dropbacks. The Ravens, who beat the Chiefs in week 2, blitzed Mahomes only 4 times. They've been the league leader in blitz rate in each of the last 2 seasons. So the too high craze is real. More teams are running light boxes and playing split field coverages. It makes sense for the modern NFL. But it is not enough to say the teams are running too deep against Mahomes and stopping the Chiefs accordingly. That does not paint the whole picture. For one, the too high that the Chiefs are seeing is different. Few teams, if any, are trying to run Staley's aggressive quarters looks against the Chiefs, including Staley himself. Against the Chiefs in week 3, he ran a ton of 2-man coverage, electing to get up on the line of scrimmage, bullying Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill to disrupt route timing and prevent Mahomes from getting rid of the ball quickly, then allowing the deep half safeties to take away the deep overs, crossers, and verticals. The Bills in week 5 sat in their cover 2 and trusted their underneath zone coverage guys to suffocate quick throwing windows. The Staley quarters defense that's taken the league by storm might ask a safety to take Tyreek Hill on a vertical route from the slot and carry him in man coverage. Trust me, nobody is trying to do that against Kansas City. That's nightmare fuel. What teams are trying to do is stop blitzing Mahomes, because blitzing him has never worked. He had passer ratings of 122.3, 117.1, and 130.3 against the blitz from 2018 to 2020. Even in 2021, with the entire offense struggling, Mahomes is at 99.8 against the blitz. By electing to stop blitzing Mahomes, teams have suddenly stumbled upon more players available in coverage. And with those extra players in coverage, they can run more too high shells. Not to rob crossers out of play action or spin to cover 3, but to sit on top of the Chiefs' offense with 2 deep half defenders and take away the explosive passing play. The Chiefs have hit an explosive pass on 8% of their dropbacks through the first 13 weeks of the season, which is 23rd in the league. In the 3 seasons previous, they hit them at 10%, 10%, and 12%. Right now, the focus is on Mahomes, but this trend will continue to grow. The Steelers' defense stymied Josh Allen in the Bills' passing game in week 1 with just 1 blitz. The Saints blitzed Aaron Rodgers on just 3 dropbacks in their shocking week 1 victory as well. In their 28-16 win in week 9, the Titans blitzed Matt Stafford and the Rams on 4 dropbacks, but all 5 of their sacks came on 4-man rushes. Those defenses weren't really sitting in too high all game either. It's just the additional bodies in pass coverage that help get the job done. Elite quarterbacks are just too good, too creative, too explosive to give them only 6 players in coverage, no matter the down or distance. And that's how teams have figured out Mahomes, by waving the white flag of surrender. You figure it out, they say to him as they drop as many bodies into coverage as they can, mucking up the picture, punishing indecision and greed.
That's good protocol.
They've stopped trying to beat him and instead lowered the bar, hoping to just frustrate him, inconvenience him, make him play a style of offense he doesn't want to play. And every elite quarterback willing to attack coverage with downfield shots and long scrambles is soon to meet the same fate. Defenses can take the elite quarterbacks and bring them back down to earth. They're still very good, just no longer immortal.